What's up, guys? Here we are with Andrew Adams, who just got his invite at OTS Tournament store. What did you do today?
Played True Draco.
And how did that go for you? Did that go good, or?
Went really good. I would have probably gone farther had I not lost in end-of-match procedures. I ran out of time, couldn't get into my battle phase in time.
What were some of your matchups?
Some of the matchups were Sky Striker. I fought a Lunalight player, Layer, Infernoids. I pretty much fought everything.
Yeah, which one was your toughest matchup?
Sky Strikers, definitely.
Sky Strikers?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and dive right into the deck. What were you playing?
I just said True Draco.
All right.
All right. So for the monsters, we have one Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter. Anytime your opponent would activate a card effect or a card, you get to add or activate one trap, True Draco King trap from your deck. As funny as one of the best cards he is, he's not the one I like going for. So I play one of him, still really good. Next, which is the MVP for the monster lineup, is 3 Ignis Heat, the True Draco Fighter. No, Warrior. No, names are horrible. Anywho, name's not relevant. When your opponent would activate a card or effect, he gets to add one spell or activate one spell. Usually this is the one I go for first because he allows you to get your consistency cards and your recycling, and this deck does not go anywhere without it, so mandatory 3 of. Next, we have 2 Majesty Maiden, the True Draco Caster. She didn't really come up that much. She's just monster counts, and she's another beat stick and a search and a clutch if you need her, but with Masterpiece now banned, her importance to the deck has been significantly reduced. In a last-minute addition that probably saved my behind today was 2 of that Rocky Boy, Amano Watos. Now, for those that don't know what this does by this point, what Amano Wato does is while this card's on the field, only spirit monsters can activate their effects. So you normal summon this, they can't play hand traps, they can't play their negate boards, they can't use their Hextias, whatever. And I can just play all the cards I want and be uninterrupted. And since this deck can get multiple normal summons, him using a normal summon is not a problem. So yeah, so that's it for the monster count. 8 monsters.
8 monsters in the main.
Yep. Now for the spells, we have basically, in a way, 5 copies of Diagram, 3 that, 2 Terraforming. Diagram helps protect your monsters from battle once per turn if they're tribute summoned. Gives them 300 attack and defense. Also, the able to search out any True Draco King card from your deck by destroying another card you control is insanely powerful. Yeah, so really good, and then this just helps you, give you more consistency. So, really not much to say about that. We have 3 True Draco Heritage. True Draco Heritage, what it does is the spells have 2 effects in common. First of all, you can activate its effect to immediately after it resolves, get an additional normal summon. Also, when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, it can destroy one card your opponent or one spell or trap your opponent controls. Its unique effect is once per turn, you can draw cards up to the amount of different type True Draco cards you sent to the graveyard that turn from monster, spell, or trap. So if I set like a spell and a trap that turn, I get to draw 2 cards. Really, really good. And yeah. 3 Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. Same thing, has the additional normal summon and blow up a spell or trap when it's sent to the field or graveyard. It allows you once per turn to also return 3 True Draco / King cards to the deck to draw 1 card, so like a mini Daigusto Emerald. Yeah, really, really good. Probably one of the stupidest cards in this deck, and I know I shouldn't be talking about this, but why is a card like this still at 3? Card of Demise is easily one of the best cards in this deck. The ability to draw up to 3 cards for just nothing is ridiculous. Every time, outside of one time today, every time this resolved, it ended up usually getting me the game. And unlike my previous deck profile, I actually didn't open all 3 of these all game today, so I'm very happy with that. So this is actually really helpful today. So yeah, 3 Card Demise. 3 Pod Duality, yeah, kind of standard. Search any, look at top 3 cards of the deck, add 1 to hand, pretty self-explanatory. And then the 2 Called by the Graves. Really good card to stop a lot of matchups, and it also has interaction with diagrams. So for those that don't know, when you activate, hold on, let me pull a diagram out for you guys. Hold on. Diagram. When you go to activate diagram, since the destruction is not a cost, you can activate diagram. Your opponent attempts to activate Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I can chain Called by the Grave, banishing Snow Rabbit to negate it, and then use diagram to pop the Called by the Grave I used to negate the Ghost Ogre. So yeah, its interaction with the field spell is really good in my opinion. This should not have been semi'd, but really good card. It's mandatory at 2 in my opinion, so yeah. That's it for the spells. So for the traps, we have 3 True Draco Apocalypse. All the traps have the unique effect that when they're sent from the field to the common effect that when they're sent from the field to the graveyard, you can destroy a monster your opponent controls, and during your opponent's main phase, you can normal summon. So that is really good. Just be able to like flip this, and then get an additional normal and all that, and then just pop a monster opponent's turn is great. Its unique effect is allows me to pop a True King or True Draco, card I control to cut all my opponent's monsters in half, attack and defense in half permanently. So if you're about to go into battle phase, try to OTK me, I can use that to blow up to cut the attack in half and just make the board easier to kill next turn. And one True King's return, its unique effect is it just allows you to summon a True Draco card or King from the graveyard. Gives you fuel for Diagram, fuel for Apocalypse, Tribute Fodder. Really, really good. So, yeah. Now, one of my things I played today is I expect a lot of Sky Strikers and stuff, and this card did not disappoint today. So I mained 3 anti-spell. Now, with the advent of the 200th YCS, as you can obviously see, I thought Sky Strikers would be a lot more popular today. Now, I only fought 1 Sky Striker all day. This was very helpful against other matchups. And usually when I saw this and they didn't get rid of it, I usually won. It killed a Trickstar player. It outright killed a Lair Nightmare player, Lair Infernoids, and it outright killed a Lunalight player. So, yeah, really, really good. And just add injury to insult. I also threw Imperial Order in there. Basically, no spell, all spell hate, because Sky Strikers is one of my more annoying matchups. So, yeah, basically all the spell hate I could ever ask for. Now, for my main board floodgates, I had 2 Rivalries, 2 Gaussins. Funny enough, didn't play any Gokis that day, so these really got sided out quite often. I fought a lot of decks that had the same attributes and types, so these often got sided out, but there was a couple times where this did help. Like I used this against the Pendulum Magician player, and they were forced to play heavily to get around it, but other than that, these really didn't do much today, so yeah. 2 Waterfall Dragon Souls. The theory behind this card is it's a searcher, so you can search any worm type, first of all, but the second effect allows you to send any worms from your hand or field to the graveyard and draw that many cards from your deck as many sent plus 1. So if you send 2, you draw 3. The theory behind this card is if you go to get evenly matched, you chain this and send all your monsters to the grave, so you'll draw 2 or 3 cards, and you'll have a hand ready for next turn. Because in order for evenly to work, they've wasted their battle phase, so they have to deal with the hand I have next turn without a battle phase. So yeah, really, really good. Never ran to an Evelyn though, but its search effect was helpful. And 1 skill drain, just obviously because of skill drain. This was an extra deckless version, so no extra deck. So for the side deck, I played 3 Monarchs Erupt. This card is still really good, and what it does for those who don't know is as long as you control a tribute summon monster, you can only activate this by having no extra deck and having a tribute summon monster. So while it's on the field, only tribute summon monsters can activate their effects. Just another skill drain, basically. But what a lot of people don't know is even if they get rid of the tribute summon monster, it doesn't go away till the end phase. So even if they get rid of it, they still are locked out for the rest of the turn. This card is really good to side, in my opinion. And this is what cost somebody their game, is this card right here, because they couldn't do both copies of it. I had 2 on the field at once, they couldn't get rid of it. 2 Imperion Walls for Metaphies and Goki players. And I just happened to run into a, what was it? It wasn't round 1. Yeah, Infernoid. So I played this against a Infernoid player, and they just ground to a hole. This is a really good card still, in my opinion. So yeah, 2 Imperion Walls. Also, 2 Inspector Borders. Never sided them in. I was expecting some Altar guys. Didn't see any. Everything I was playing was either stun themselves, or they didn't really or they relied too much on an extra deck for this to be helpful. But still a really good card. And I'm dropping cards here. Well, anywho, 1 Soul Drain, because yet again I was expecting more Goki, and this basically just says no to Goki. Says no to Ray, but I had other hate for Ray in the side deck, so yeah, pretty explanatory. 2 Cosmics for the mirror match, which I did know if I'd fight today, and this is really good to banish engages so they don't have them to recycle. And multi-roll, so yeah, 2 of those. 1 more copy of each of Rivalry and Gaussin in case I fought more Gokis or more decks where they were affected by this. Didn't really have to side those in. 1 Macrocosmos, yet again more Sky Striker hate, but never really came into relevance. It got blown up both times when I have it. And probably one of my funniest plays of the game was Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. Now, this is an oldie, so what this card does is when your opponent activates a spell card, you discard 1 spell card from your hand to negate the activation of that said spell, and if you do, destroy it. Also, the cards that's negated by this cannot be activated for the rest of the duel. So, in theory, in Sky Strikers, the only spell card I have to worry about is Widow Anchor. So, in theory, you use this to negate Widow Anchor. They don't have a really effective way to deal with my monsters. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to save me that game because they just happened to outgrind me before I could get this to resolve. But, yeah, overall, it was still good. So, yeah, I'd say this was a really good day. I'm not really disappointed with anything in my deck. The deck performed very well today. And I feel like I would have at least made top 2 had I gotten not in match procedures. Had the 2 monsters in hand, ready to kill them. I just couldn't get the battle phase. So, that's it for me. Fat Mystic Wizard, signing out. See you guys later.